Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. I have no whiskey today. I'm not feeling very well. On Song Suggestion Friday, you guys put your suggestions in the comment section of songs you want me to listen to. I pick a handful of them, throw them on a poll on Patreon. If you want to vote on which songs that I listen to and review on this show, you can go to the link in the description, pledge $5 or more a month, and you can take part in that poll. Patrons vote on them, I take the top ones, and then I listen to them and give you my feedback. Grades are on a plus, minus, or equal sign. It's in relation to whether or not I would actively seek it out again. Let's get started. The Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. The mix was really great, except I would have given it more cowbell. This is also one of the classic riffs from the 1970s. I mean, it'll get stuck in your head instantly. It's proof that you can dress the same simple riff with a bunch of other instruments and it'll still sound awesome. I really love this guitar solo, but for some reason I remember it being more complicated than what it actually is. In all seriousness, the production for this is fantastic. It's crystal clear, very easy to listen to, very well arranged. And the vocals are very gentle and very beautiful. It's actually quite soothing. Total grade for this song, 2+ signs. Hurt by Johnny Cash. It wasn't until about 2 years ago that I found out this was actually a cover song of Nine Inch Nails. This song always gives me chills. It's actually Johnny's vocals that take this from being a good song and push it over to astounding. The arrangement around him is great, it's passion, it's driven, but the simple, genuine struggle in his voice pushes and delivers the emotion better than any arrangement around him could. Far better than the original in my opinion. Total grade for this song, 3+ signs. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony in D minor, Opus 125, first movement. The beginning theme always sounds like they're tuning, and then it bursts into a thunderous statement, which is always super cool when you get a big orchestra to do that and have a really quick dynamic change. I think this was popular music back in the day. As with many first movements in symphonies, it is very boisterous and more dynamic movement than you can shake a stick at. He revisits this main theme several times. At 10:45, there's this battling melody crescendo that culminates into a woodwind orchestra hit call and response thing that was really cool. It was probably my favorite part. This was actually one of the first symphonies written to include vocals. This wasn't the particular movement, but this is the symphony that has the typical Ode to Joy song in it. Total grade for this song, + sign. Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. My sister absolutely loves this song. I was never a fan of the Rolling Stones' early production. I know there were technological limitations back in the 60s, but I mean, even for the 60s, it's pretty muddy. The guitars are just way too loud over everything, and that's coming from a metal guitar player. The song itself is cool. It's got a good groove to it. It's kind of anthemic. You definitely get a lot of flower power from this one. It's very easy to see how the Stones have influenced modern indie rock. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Wood by Alice in Chains. Wow, I completely forgot about this song. It's literally been over 10 years since I've listened to this. It is a fantastic production with one personal exception. They use a ton of reverb in this mix, which makes everything washed out, but that's not necessarily saying it was bad, because in this instance, I think it matches their sound very well, so that's more of a personal taste thing than anything else. The verse is haunting and demented. The chorus is very passionate with a great vocal melody. I also like how they end the song with what most people would consider a bridge. I think that was a really cool way to exit. And as per usual with Alice in Chains, a very tasty guitar solo. Total grade for this song, + sign. Exogenesis Evangelion. Exogenesis Symphony by Muse. The intro is very intriguing with a sense of curiosity and wonderment. The drums in the beginning sound like they're scooped in the mix, which I think was an interesting choice. And then that gorgeous and haunting vocal of Matt, holy cow, Matt Bellamy's falsetto is one of my favorites. The cascading piano transition worked seamlessly. I thought that was excellent. And you think part 2 is the ending, but you're only 2/3 through. Now, I know this isn't how it is in actuality, but I think part 3 would have worked better if parts 1 and 2 were at the beginning of the album, and then part 3 was at the very end as the last track, as kind of a reprise to where we came from. Otherwise, I would say part 3 really isn't that necessary. I already picked up what you were trying to tell me in parts 1 and 2. All in all, this was sonically amazing. Really, really great picture. Total grade for this song, + sign. No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age. It's a great rock song, very cool guitar riff, very bouncy. I absolutely love the bass in this. It's simple but super effective. The vocal timbre is great. It matches the timbre of the instruments very well, and the melodies at each part are expertly written. The vocal harmonies in the second verse are a great touch to kind of mix it up a little bit. And talk about tasty guitar solos, man. This guitar solo was super cool, very appropriate. And then right at the end of that solo, you have a random string and horn crescendo out of nowhere. It was like never in the song for the rest of the song. Then it drops to just the bass rocking, boom, 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 and it's just such a cool, badass way to come out of the bridge. Total grade for this song, 2+ signs. Ballroom Blitz by Sweet. This is a great example of a typical pop rock hit. The structure is there, a simple, relatable, digestible guitar riff that repeats over and over again in the verse, and then a very high energy chorus. The only thing I'd really critique if I was gonna give it a pop music critique is you should be hitting your chorus around 30 seconds, no later than 45 seconds, at least by modern standards. And by about a minute to a minute and 10, you should understand the entire song. There shouldn't be any other surprises after that. I'm not saying it's my preference, I'm saying if we're going strictly by the formula of pop songs, that's how it should go. It took them about a minute to get to the chorus, so that's twice as long as what it should have been. Not that I disliked it or anything. The verse is also pretty unremarkable. It's kind of a staple for pop rock. It's all about the chorus, man. Really good dance hall tune, great vocal work. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Domino the Destitute by Coheed and Cambria. The vocals in the intro, like before he starts actually singing, those were weird, but in like a really good way. I absolutely love Coheed's vocals. That's one of my favorite parts about the band. They have a great fuzz mud tone on the guitar and the bass that's still somehow clear. Like that's the one of the few times I can actually dig on some fuzz and some mud. The chorus is great, though I will say it's not as hooky as I was expecting, which is not a bad thing. The whole song is very seamless considering it's a pretty atypical song structure. Cool instrument parts all around, all very appropriate, nothing sticks out too much or too far, and they're all like, I wouldn't say super complicated, but they're not just boring parts. They actually are interesting and complement each other so well. The ending chorus really drives the passion high and higher and higher and makes listening to the rest of this track totally worth it. I would say this song takes multiple listenings in order to fully appreciate what's going on. Total grade for this song, +. The Prophet Song by Queen. Gorgeous acoustic intro. And then followed by what's mostly just a really cool rock arrangement. And of course you get your powerhouse vocals from Freddie Mercury. I've talked about him many times now. Now I'm pretty sure this is why you guys wanted me to listen to this song in particular. Around 3:20, he starts doing this really cool vocal a cappella thing, just like recording his vocals like 100 times or, a bunch of times and layering them on top of one another. Some really cool harmony play there, some interesting syncopated rhythms. Man, Freddie was awesome. I only could imagine the kind of awesome shit he would have done nowadays. Queen's production is always an interesting and fun time listening to it. It's always such a cool sonic picture, very moving. It's hard to believe that was 1975. Total grade for this song, +. My suggestion for you guys this week is Aqueous by Incubus. Every time I listen to the song, it's straight up my zen, man. For any of you that are unfortunate enough to have read the book Siddhartha, it reminds me of the end of that book. Just becoming one with the river, bro. Such a beautiful song. Alright guys, that is it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys so much. If you want to take part in this poll, go to the Patreon link in the description. Pledge $5 or more a month. You can take part in that poll. Let me know what suggestions you want me to listen to in the comments section. If you want to keep up to date on when my videos are coming out, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!